go. And I'm missing a pin here. Oh, look at that. Bent that jack. Seriously? I guess it's going to be one of them days. Alright, time for the RX to roll. There, I'd love to get a strap all the way around it, but I can't. I ain't climbing up there. All right, so today's mission, should I choose to accept it, which I'm not necessarily looking forward to, the first thing I got to do is do battle with the RX. And if you're a tractor person, you know what I mean. I got to take the bush hog off, the 15 or the 12 footer. I got to take the 4-in-1 bucket off. Got to mess with hydraulic lines, and I got to put forks on. Some days when you switch all this, it's easy peasy. And other days, it's just, because you can't see getting the forks on. Sometimes hydraulics are easy on you, sometimes they're not. So I'm going to try to move a couple old deer towers with this beast today. First, I got to get a jack or a jack stand under that. Get all this disconnected and get moving for the day. It shouldn't be dead. I had a battery tender on it the last time. She still got a little parasitic leak of some kind. There we go. Yeah, I gotta get this in for a new radio too. Oh, there we go. Bing, bang, boom. Alright, somehow I lost the jack handle. I carried it in one hand and the jack in the other. Started jacking up. I don't know where I would have set it down. Am I the only one that does this? So I got down here, I unplugged the shaft. Started jacking by hand. I mean, once it rolled under here, there's no way it would have got under them chains. So where did I put it? And I am colorblind, so that don't help, but I would have, normally I just set it right next to me on the ground. Oh, jack handle, where are you? Alright, I'll check back in. I don't know what I did with it. I didn't even come in here. I might have to get another one. Okay, I'm out of breath already. This is what I meant by fighting it, okay? It's been sitting all winter. Hydraulic, this 3-point arm will not go down. I went inside, ran the lever up and down, will not go down. Jumped on it, don't want to go down. So, this last hydraulic is wedged right here, and because it's wedged, I can't get it out. I can't get the 3-point arm down. It ain't doing nothing. I still haven't found my jack handle. It's crazy. Wow, it's gonna be one of them days. It looks like it. I mean, seriously. This is my beef with big equipment. I mean, I know you guys have experienced it. It's challenging, let's just put it that way, at least on some days. Alright, I found the jack handle. I just stepped back for a minute and I thought, okay, I squeezed it to tighten it, so I had it in my hand and it was like that. It was stashed underneath there, just like that. Alright, so step one, try, jeez, and I'm missing a pin here. Oh, look at that, bent that jack. Seriously? I guess it's gonna be one of them days. Alright, I brought backup today. Sucker. Got the 4-ton. See if I can get this tractor free. The original jack bent and broke. That's why it ain't on there. work on this for a while. And I still got one more hydraulic tetting coming off there. All right, I was able to get the pin knocked out. That's loose. And I took these pins out on the lower 3-point arms. I think I can swing this out of the way just enough to get this bottom hydraulic while I pull it sideways. Oh, there we go. Okay. This is disconnected. And I got the front hydraulic plugs off. Them kind of popped off. Nice. So now it's time to try and get some forks on. Progress. Alright, time for the RX to roll. Alright, now I need my tilt hydraulic hooked back up. And I'm hoping this is just stuck from the winter. I might get something pushed down on this. I might get another machine if I absolutely have to, but we'll let it warm up, let the fluids warm up, see what happens. Alright, I got the tilt properly where I want it. Still ain't got my up and down. I'm gonna start carrying on because this tractor is heavy. I got fluid in all 4 tires. Try and get the next set of forks on and go from there. But it looks like I gotta get a chain and get them out of there. So I'll do that first. All the pedals are all different here. You know, from the shuttle to the hydro. Oh boy. Hopefully I didn't blow a fuse or something in that hydraulic lift. Alright, so speaking of the rear 3-point hydraulic lift, it ended up being the adjustment screw here on the bottom, which was a 50-50 proposition because I went in, my tractor has 3 knobs, not 2, because I added an air ride seat. And so the first thing I tried was like, alright, I'm going to try the hydraulic adjustment knob. Now the picture ain't the greatest, but if you look here, this is what I thought was the hydraulic adjustment knob. It's actually the spring, the seat knob. So talking to my buddy Joe the farmer, after the fact, of course, we're going to move these today without a counterweight, but after the fact, he's like, did you check the little dial on the floor because your heel hits it? I said, yeah. I said, I'm pretty sure, but he's like, no. He goes, it's got to be that. So I went back into the tractor, and that little knob on the bottom that controls the descent, it's only about 1.5 inches across, so it's pretty small. So I did think of it, but I failed to actually turn the right knob. That's definitely operator error, but you could tell it's been, you know, what, 5-6 months since I used the RX. And even with the bush hog on it, you know, I never really used that hydraulic in the 3-point lift. So anyways, operator error. Joe the farmer hooked me up. At least I'm glad I got it figured out in the end. But we're still going to make today's mission a success, one way or another. Front tires are a little squatty. Alright, I got some air in the tires. Got a chainsaw bungeed up front because I don't have a holder or nothing yet. Hopefully I don't have to sell the RX at some point to make that Missouri deal come through, but I'm gonna hang on to it at least for a while for sure. Got my little cranberry juice, a couple amino acids. I'm gonna throw my Monster in it for my morning kick. We'll see. I gotta cut this one loose. It's the 4 posts are buried. This one was with the farm originally. So we'll see. I'm gonna give it a try. I gotta climb in it one more time, empty some of the jugs and whatnot in there. I may leave the chair in there, whatever's in there. We'll see. Alright, I just brought the electric chainsaw today. First task is going to be to free up some room in here. In hindsight, I would have brought the excavator to clean this autumn olive, but I'll just get in here. I'll cut a bunch of this branches loose the best I can, and then I'm going to have to cut them posts at the base and give it a try. Whew, that's a big tower. But I'm gonna get cutting and just start trimming these branches out of here. There, big boy. Yeah, the radio popped back on. Alright, this ought to be interesting. Four-wheel drive. Okay, so as you're going to see, once I get the forks and the extensions seated, I'm going to try lifting and nothing's going to happen. So I'm going to try rocking it back and forth. These posts, these are 6x6 posts, maybe even 8x8, and they're buried like 2 feet in the ground. So I got them boards hammered back in, got the brush off, cut off about 20 inches or so. I got 2 chains up there. I'd love to get a strap all the way around it, but I can't. I ain't climbing up there, so I just can't do that. That'll help it, you know, if it wants to come back over. So it'll be a slow ride, nice and easy. Fingers crossed. Gotta try and stay on the smoothest ground possible. There's a trail over here, but I gotta kind of snake my way around so I don't roll myself over. All right, so I've done it enough to know that when you're in hill country, you got to use the hills and angles to your advantage, especially without a counterweight. Even though this is a very heavy tractor, this is a very, very heavy deer blind. I wish I knew exactly what it weighed, but it's very heavy. So I'm going to pick uphill routes to go, and then you'll see either in the next episode or even this one, if there is any like downhill angles that I got to go on, I'll go in reverse, so that all the weight is up in the front on the uphill side, if you will, even though I'm going in reverse. So this first ride is pretty good except for this little front area. So let's finish this one out and maybe we'll catch you on the next one.
Clay Campbell Productions presents Clay Walker.
All right, man, we're on the way. I like it. I like it. All right, going uphill, just a nice gentle run. Most obstacles are gone between us now. Them fork extensions, that's a game saver, game changer, life saver, no doubt. Alright, home free from here. Alright, we're in.